going on, people? What's happening? Overconfident Sports, we back. So this is gonna be a bit of a broader question. Is the NBA going soft? Question mark. Now this has been going on for some time. We're seeing people in the league talk about this. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about KD and Draymond's quotes about what they refer to. This is kind of why we kind of want to talk about this. So this is what Draymond said. There's more talent around the league than there's ever been before. From a talent standpoint, the league is in a good place. But as pure basketball lovers who love competition at the highest level, I think they got to catch up in that department. And then the other thing he said, they soft as hell. I found myself trying to talk shit to some of these young dudes that won't talk. And they're trying to be a friend. That's what these young dudes do nowadays. I don't understand it. So knowing this, go ahead.
I would say, okay, I think just because, like, I'm thinking about the Tyler Heroes of the world, the Zions of the world, the RJ Barretts, John Morant's,
yeah.
Like, we came up, like, in a different time as far as them.
Yeah.
Those type of dudes, they look up to Kobe Bryant. They look up to
Tony
Michael Jordan,
Allen.
the Tony Allens, the KGs, like.
Those guys were like all the smoke, very much much more like barking, growling,
For sure, just more, just different. I would say just more of that,
fighting for survival.
Yeah, that mentality. Kill or be killed mentality.
Yeah.
So as for our generation, I feel like it's more of
everybody eats.
Everybody eats. It's some of that like, what's that one quote I've heard before? It's we're in the participation trophy era.
Yes.
We're in the
7th place medals.
Exactly, the social media era where, okay, if you post a pic with this dude, you're probably gonna gain this many likes or this many followers.
Yeah.
If you interacted with this dude, okay, maybe you could create a super team with a contract over in maybe a couple of years when your contract's over. So I think it's more of, they're thinking more of about, it's more of a business game than it's about the actual basketball now sometimes.
Yeah. Also, I think so I'm going to shoot this question at you. Based on Draymond Green and Kevin Durant's statements, are the younger generational players being too nice to each other? Is this even good for the game? Let's lead into that.
Just to answer the question directly, I would say I think it is too friendly, personally. Because I do miss those matchups where it's okay, like one matchup I'll say, like back in the day, I wasn't born for this, but from hearing people like the old heads, they'll say, okay, Jordan and Reggie Miller, that's going to be an exciting match.
Oh, they swung at each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay.
Also, there was the whole reunion with Kobe versus Shaq.
Exactly.
After Shaq went to Miami.
So those are two big moments that fans look forward to because we know the drama, we know the background of those matchups.
Yeah.
So, and we know, like, I feel like we don't hear or see a lot of people talking shit anymore.
Exactly.
Oh, yes! 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 Your face!
We don't.
And I miss that because that's competitive.
Because nowadays what happens is, like, if the players have an on-court beef, they'll DM each other, just kind of clear that shit up to make sure they're all good, or they'll tweet about it. Like,
exactly.
My bad, bro, we all good. So that's what's happening now.
The disrespect. You gonna do? As soon as the ref walks away. Fuck this, tackle foul. I'm just in my b-boy stance. Bitch, I know you didn't really do that. What the fuck, spit on me? Ow!
It kind of just kills the hype. I think the two last good confrontations I've seen is the Rondo versus CP3 and the Karl Anthony Towns versus Embiid. Those two were pretty good.
I feel like those never went at you. I feel like as far as Joel Embiid and Kat, I feel like they don't really go at each other. It's hard fouls, yes, but it's not like that clash, you know what I mean?
They'll do petty shit.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll do petty shit. Like Joel would trip over Kat. Like, will trip him.
Yeah, or like it'll be like, or what was it the other day? It was Embiid like dragging down Kat as he was like, but I don't know. I feel like it's just a weird era that we're in nowadays.
Is this good for the game?
Yes and no. Yes, from a business standpoint. No, from an actual on-court standpoint. Because as fans, we want to see somebody. We want to see like Jason Tatum bust fucking Luka Doncic's ass. Like that's what we want to see, and we want to see him talking shit while he's doing it.
Exactly.
Like, or Luka Doncic, or vice versa. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, especially when we've seen like the Kobe Bryants go at who was it? It was on the free throw line. Like, Kobe Bryant bet, I think it was
$500,000.
$500,000 to the free throw line to Gerald Wallace. Like, come on, bro. Like, who bets that? Like, especially during an NBA game. Of course, it's Kobe Bryant because he's built different, but like, or he was built different. But like, it's just from that era.
I think
I don't know, man.
It's good. I personally think that it's not good for the game that they're being so nice to each other because there's no because it's dumbing down the regular season.
Yeah.
There's no point of the regular season. Now it's like, okay, why is it that the playoffs are the playoffs? Now it's like nothing matters till the playoffs, and the regular season is just being dismissed completely because there's no drama in the regular season.
True.
Like, the NBA tried so hard with the whole Lakers versus Clippers matchup.
Mm-hmm.
We beat the Lakers twice, 2 out of 3 times this year, but it doesn't matter until we get to the postseason. There's no drama there. And you know how hard Pat Bev is trying to start beef with the Lakers or keep that alive.
Facts.
Also, Trez might have killed it when he went to the Lakers.
Oh yeah.
He killed that shit. So it was really bad. Like, that's the reason why the regular season is just not entertaining anymore. Also, I don't think that the players. Also, leading into the next point, I think the referees are responsible for this, and I'll explain. So, here's the question: what's going on with the referees? Are they responsible for ruining the on-court basketball culture?
Oh, 100%.
Porter picks it up. Porter behind the back, steps back. Good if it goes. It does! Plus the foul on Kawhi Leonard with 0.8 of a second to spare in the third quarter.
And Kevin Porter's step back three is really good. And Kawhi just barely.
But also, you can't give the refs all of the blame because that's also in the NBA rulebook. Because as far as like contact, like, for instance, we saw a play with Kevin Porter Jr. last night. There was Kawhi Leonard went out to contest and Kevin Porter kind of sold it a little bit. There was contact, but he sold it to where he fell and fell back. Like, it was like, is that really a foul or is that a ticky-tack foul? I personally think that was a ticky-tack foul, but I don't know. It's very, I would say, hard as far as a ref standpoint.
Yeah, it's because so nowadays it's too much money to fight. Like, you swing, you're getting fined like $50,000 and suspended 3 games. When you you don't get paid when you get suspended for a game, right? You don't get paid for that game.
I don't think you do get paid for that game. You're right.
Yeah, you don't get paid because that's the point of suspension, right? You don't play and you don't get paid. So I think that it's really bad when refs are going to start teeing up players for screaming and one. Like, you're going to scream and one, you're going to get teched for that. That's not good because, like, you're dying down all the emotion and the drama behind it. Also, if a player is, like, talking trash with another player, you don't double T both and eject both them out. You keep them in the game.
Exactly.
Because that tension leads to competition. Competition leads to views, NBA revenue. I'm giving the NBA the keys to more money right now. But the refs aren't having it.
They're just fumbling right now.
Yeah.
But it's all good. I mean, as far as that comes to mind, I think the NBA just needs to
dial it back.
Yes, like,
Yeah, cool.
because that's what we want to see. We want to see the emotion. We want to see more of care actually. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have a question for Hamza. Hamza, how would you describe the refs today in one word? Just one word. Just describe today's referees.
Soft. Like, there's nothing else I can say. They're soft. Like, they're calling, like, such weak fouls. Like, you don't expect those calls to be called, especially us coming and seeing Michael Jordan going through what he went through with the Pistons.
Bro, facts.
Yeah.
And we watched the Last Dance documentary.
We saw it, yeah. It's bad. Well, overall, NBA, dial it back. Like, cool it. There's gonna be a Malice at the Palace is not gonna happen again. There's too much money involved. It's not happening.
True.
Also, I think also they're scared because the whole college thing happened where there was like that big fight at college. I think March Madness in 2020 or 19 or whatever.
Not March Madness. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It was Duke or whatever. Like a player was about to throw.
It was Kansas and Kansas State.
A player picked up and threw a chair at somebody.
Yeah.
So that's not happening. Don't worry. Players want the money, so don't even worry about it. Just dial it back, okay? Like, but I think that's really all I got from this one. If you got anything else, like,
I got nothing. I mean, we want to see the emotion. We want to see the competitive fire. So I mean, just let us play or let them play and do what it do.
exactly.
But we'll catch y'all later. Please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down below, and we'll catch y'all later.